Good afternoon, honorable judges. I'm Nafisa from the first speaker of the government team. Pleasantly express my thanks for your interest in discussing our motion today about this house as an average individual in the world today would prefer to be immortal. And as previously stated, I am Harapi standing behind the motion. And if I have your permission, I would like to begin by defining the motion. What was actually the idea of average individual? It means typical, normal, common, standard type of human who are currently living continuous life day by day. I mean, by waking up, grab a phone and doing some procrastination thing and going to shower and then doing some current common jobs, coming home and then eat, sleep and breathe in is the way of life. And by now on, they're starting to choose to living that kind of lifestyle for literally forever. And we simply support this. This is because the definition of becoming immortal is that you would possibly seeing the rotation of the whole world and anything happen on it for simply endless term of time. And you will possibly never facing the end of your life. So you will never facing the idea of losing anything because you will simply living here forever. But first thing first, it is also important to talk about the actor analysis. We have us as an average human being right now in the world. We are a mortal, at least, I mean, for now yet. We are still a mortal human being. We can simply facing a death phase of our life some days. And then we have the right to choose to become immortal. We having the right to choose to live forever. And then we have our support, the science expert, which is in line with this kinds of idea. They are able, they possibly make this dream come to life. They're having this probability of making these motions came to our world. That's why we can conclude the status quo that there's still no immortal person in this world. I mean, not yet. And here's the main problem is that the reason of why average people seem to tend to be immortal is that they are afraid or rejecting the idea of facing the death and choosing to stand against the status quo. They want to be immortal. They want to live forever. That's why our goal is to recommend common people to also in line with the preference of being immortal by spreading so much goodness and high possibilities for being immortal so that there will be more people agreed and start to set their preferences here and we can create the sense of maturity. Well, the thing is that as a mortal human being, for now, I mean, at least stay still, we are all behind or underpressed with the idea that some days all of these amazing things that are happening in our life will unavoidably facing a maximum point or simply an ending. Mortal means that we can't live forever, nor people around us. No matter if we had good relations or strong chemistries within other humans, we will soon see them passed away anyway. Okay? We will face them in front of our eyes. And losing them is a norm. Maybe can be also said even as a necessity. Also, for the next part is we can take an example on this our world's generations continuation. I mean, our generations keep moving, okay? And at every pair of times, technically we have to replace these old generations' mind with the newborn baby's mind, since these old generations will be fading one day. And every acknowledges brought by them will be buried, as their body will be someday belong to the cemeteries. That's why we believe that it is okay or it is descent of being immortal, because instead of wasting our time, keep acknowledging the new generations of the basic knowledge of the world, for the example, basic sciences, we have to teach them the exact same thing these old generations has known. First, why not just keeping these old generations alive forever, keeping these experts alive and making sure the continuations of our world? That's why we believe our opinion about immortal is absolutely justified, since there is right now, interestingly, the science experts, they have predicting that we will simply or possibly facing an immortal idea pretty soon, specifically in 2029. If they even bravely said that they can make this possible in a very short term of time, this means that this is possible, everyone. And yet again, they have thinking about the beneficial supports for this. They have think about this beneficial results for this movement, this agenda. They have think about this. And we can take the example by this country where people there is simply not willing to have kids. Even if they get married, they're not willing to have kids. Even the government there are afraid of these terrifying situations because there is no equilibrium phase of the death and the born people, number of people there, so that the government there even willing to pay, giving financial supports to those who are willing to get pregnant. And by become immortal, we can, if they really don't want to have kids, then we can keep them alive as an adult generations and prevent the idea of population extinct. And also, we don't have to worry about the impacts of this movement or agenda because science experts already having the preventive acts of this. If they will simply getting the preventive acts such as they creating nanobots and stuff who are keeping our healthiness and stuff. So we don't have to worry. To sum up the debate, I have spread my opinion. First thing first, we believe that it's an urgency to standing with the idea, the spirit of the motion, because it's important of our continuous human's life, and that it's absolutely justified because we need this. We absolutely need this. I'm proudly propose.